Welcome to Brilliantly British. My name is Lawrence and today I'm going to show you how to make a rich, spiced Tudor butterbeer. So, as I show you how to make it in that chair of yours, put your feet up with a cup of tea in hand and enjoy this episode. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. During the 15th and 16th centuries, ale was the water, the tea, the frappuccino, the bubble tea, the Coca-Cola. Okay, you get it. Simply, ale was the default drink of the time. It's safe to say that with the average consumption then being 21 pints per head per week, that for the most part, people, and sometimes, yes, children too, were either half or fully drunk. I mean, you can't blame them really, as it wouldn't have been a great idea to consume the water that everyone else was dumping into back then. Alcoholics too weren't being helped by the short shelf life of most ales. Therefore, once mature, ales had to be consumed quickly. The adding of hops as a preservative to ale, also known as beer, wouldn't arrive until the 16th century through the arrival of Flemish Dutch immigrants. This segues us into today's hearty beverage. At often times when ales did spoil, instead of discarding, alehouses masked the sour off taste by adding sugar, spices, and eggs to some of the spoiled batches before marketing it as good, spiced ale. Now, that rather moderately dishonest way of trading by chance did lead to the creation of a deliciously rich drink. Wow. Albeit out of distasteful ingenuity. But like I said, this drink is a fantastically sweet idea, on par with mulled wine, which you'll be pleased to know has similar origins. Anyway, having received an ample dose of history, allow me to introduce the ingredients to you. For today's Brilliantly British spiced Tudor butterbeer, you will need some cloves, some nutmeg, some ale. You will also be needing some soft brown sugar, some homemade butter, ideally, and if you don't know how to make some, follow the link up there after watching this episode to learn how to make homemade fermented butter. It is worth the effort. I promise you that. You will also need some egg yolks and some dry ginger. That's it for the making of this Tudor butterbeer. But, before you get started, attend to your hydration. And as a Brit, I think before you get started, you should switch on your kettle, brew yourself a nice cup of hot tea so that you can sip on that whilst you cook. To start, in a saucepan, begin gently heating your ale and in parallel, whilst you wait, separate your egg yolks and then to them add clove, ginger, nutmeg and finally your sugar before mixing well. Oh, and as the ale heats up, keep an eye on it so as to prevent it from boiling over. If it does become too frothy, feel free to skim off the top before returning it back to the heat. Okay, at this stage, with the ale hot, the choice is yours. If you want the final product alcoholic, remove the pot from the heat. If you'd prefer it alcohol-free, heat the ale on a constant rolling boil for 20 minutes. The next step after boiling the ale involves tempering your egg mixture before returning the combined elements to your saucepan. This time over a medium heat, warm the mixture, whisking constantly to evenly cook the eggs up to a temperature of 80 degrees C. With the mixture cooked, throw in a lump of butter, homogenize, remove from the heat before allowing to cool a little before serving. Tasting. All right, the preparation of this drink was really simple, really easy, and now here's the verdict. So, 3, 2, 1. Wow. Okay, I've made my mind up. That is silk in a glass. I'm not even, velvet, silk, velvet, whatever you want to call it. That is what is in this glass here. That is what will be in your glass when you make this. Whenever I go to a bar, the first thing that comes to mind is definitely not ale. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but when you add spices, eggs, butter, sugar, it just transforms it. It makes it deliciously addictive. And I think what adds to it as well is the fact that it's warm. Maybe even, yeah, this is still a bit hot, but it just, as it goes down, it just warms you up from within. I can just picture myself walking around somewhere and just, sipping on this. It's delicious and it's amazing. I'm surprised that there aren't stalls of this around just serving this stuff, Maybe there should be. Maybe I should do it. But anyway, with all that being said, please, please, please make this drink. Thank you all for allowing me to show you how to make a Tudor butterbeer. Knowing that you like this episode, don't forget to click on the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification button so that you don't miss any of our new releases. Tell everyone you know about the brilliantly British food and drinks on this channel, and follow us on all of the social media platforms that this channel is on, and I will see you next time.